Hello.
Hello.
I believe I'm probably the most uncultured person that's here, so I appreciate that. Yeah. I'm gonna do poems, but not like rhyming poems. They're gonna be like performance poems. It'll be funny, a little more dramatic, and then because I'm here with my improv friends, I'm gonna improv a poem. It'll be short until he stands up. Okay, so the first poem is how I like to have sex. Before I have sex, I like to set the mood with the Dreamgirls soundtrack, waiting for his company in my red tracksuit until he's at my door and utters those magical words. You don't look anything like your profile picture. When I have sex, I like to feel really bad about myself, presenting my body like a discounted piece of meat at the grocery store. When I have sex, I like to tear off the sheets from my bed, celebrating all the stains from past lovers, awkward bodies tumbling on a bare mattress covered in cookie crumbs from last night. When I have sex, I like to have the Food Network on mute in the background. When I have sex, I like to go down on him with the cats watching, just as Beyonce first sings, listen. When I have sex, I like to keep my eyes closed the whole time, whispering into his ears, call me Helen. Spreading my thighs across his body like unsoftened butter, be my miracle worker. When I have sex, I like to sensually have him feed me blue cheese and double stuffed Oreos with milk, and then tell him I'm lactose intolerant. When I have sex, I like to have portraits of all my ex-boyfriends hanging on the bed frame. That way, when I yell the wrong name, I can point to who I thought he was. When I have sex, I like to talk about all of my daddy issues. When I have sex, I like to talk to the phone on my dad, or talk on the phone with my dad. That way, I can have the same conversation at the same time. I always wanted to be your favorite daddy. When I have sex, I like to be online shopping at the same time to ask if he thinks I'm too fat to pull off a maxi skirt with a crop top. When I have sex, I like to finish to the vocal amusements of Jennifer Hudson. That way I can burst into tears and crygasm humping. And you're gonna love me. When I have sex, I like to talk about how I can't remember the last time I changed the kitty litter or his name. When I have sex, I like the ending to be abrupt. Okay, this is really sad and it's awkward because I went from talking about sex to talking about my grandma. But I swear it's not related. Before I understood what a maiden name meant, before I could comprehend the difference between Johnson and Retelle and Tallard, my cousins and I spent every summer on the acre of our grandma's backyard. At 1613 Capitol Avenue, we were royalty running rampant. Each of us chose a different tree to take from. My grandma insisted on it. We never knew how it ate away at the foundation of her home. Lindsay loved the 5 tall pines, each planted for a different one of Grandma's mistakes. 1 for my mother and 1 for her father, and 3 for the other crazies. One afternoon, somewhere between boredom and desire, she climbed to the tip-top of one of its spines until it bent crooked under her weight. Her little sister and I stood at the bottom, almost told her to jump, that we would catch her, but we didn't want her to have all that tree to herself. So we began chopping it at the trunk into thirds, because our generation learned family meant loving each other like the lumberjack loves the forest. Haley could never help herself around the only weeping willow, tearing down branches dangling like fistfuls of money. She tempted me behind its curtain, told me the world is made from firewood, and only waiting for the axe, and if I just stopped to inhale, I could already smell the smoke. For me, there was nothing but the pair of birch trees. I tore off their skin like peeling old scabs until I could count the rings perfectly, until I could trace their trees back to their roots. Our last August in the backyard, Haley and Lindsay started making dresses out of everything deciduous and evergreen, crafted brooches out of bark until they bled the trees for all they were worth. That September, the bank started knocking on the maple front door, tacking on words like final and foreclosure, but I couldn't do anything. So one night I broke back into 1613, started peeling again like primal instinct, licking splinters onto the staircase wall where family portraits used to hang, but I was too late. The termites had already eaten away too much of the A-frame. Now, from her new apartment, my grandma still sends cards with birthday checks and news clippings, but it's all printed on birch paper, freshly minted, still soaked in blood. She only has what I haven't taken from her. I cash in everything just to say for the first time that she is gone. I will plant a forest of redwoods, an expanse of unpetrified love. It will be my way of finally saying, Grandma, I do not want, not from you, not anymore, the mother of my mother. You have already given us too much. Because tomorrow I'm performing at Kieran's Irish Pub for the semifinals of Minneapolis Poetry Slam, so if you want to come, you should come. And I'll perform those poems from memory, supposedly. Who knows? I was supposed to do that today, but I got drunk instead. Can I get an amen?
Amen!
Alright. Now I'll just do a little short improvised poem because I've started to try to write poems by improvising them, so we'll see how this goes. Reasons I'm not having a quarter-life crisis. 1. I'm naming myself Seafoam because it's my favorite color. I don't want to name myself Red Wine, which is my second favorite color, because that's just awkward to say. 2. My hand still smells like lube in my own asshole. 3. Reasons that I'm not having a quarter-life crisis. My favorite color is actually vodka. 4. Reasons I'm not having a quarter-life crisis. My dad calls me at 11 a.m. just to make sure I'm awake every day, and I usually am being woken up by his call. 5. Reasons I'm not having a quarter-life crisis. I think my favorite object in any home is a chandelier, and I really want a chandelier, so I've started constructing a chandelier on my bed out of candles. Every night I go to bed, it's really hard to go to bed with a chandelier of candles. 6. Reasons I'm not having a quarter-life crisis. I've decided that my favorite color is actually whiskey. 7. Reasons I'm not having a quarter-life crisis. I'm turning 25 this June, and I'm considering that I'm 25 years young. Thank you.